Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, September the 5th. Why is it? I did, yep. Why is it September the 5th? I want it to be July the 5th. Please and thank you. Now that I actually have time to do summer things, could we just go back in time, ever so briefly, so that I can get some more of that hot summer action? That's okay. It's another Technical Alpha podcast. Welcome, everyone. We've made it. Just, as always.
We made it.
Man, if we had like a camera that you like recorded ahead of time, like all the shenanigans that happens before we go live here, it is impressive that we managed to get there.
Well, you want to know what's great? Pretty soon, we won't have to do that anymore.
That's true. It'll just be always set up.
Yeah, it'll just be push live.
Exactly. And we're off to the races.
It's done.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Tech Alpha podcast. We got another good show for you here today, but before we kick it off with all the gaming related stuff, as always, Mr. Black, how was your week?
Week was another week.
How much moving or packing, I should say, happened this week?
A little bit. Not mom and dad came over. Mom started cleaning out the garage. I know Kayla and my mom were packing up most of the other parts of the house. I still haven't touched this room yet, but I'm going to do that next week. And
because people were like, "Wow, the games are still."
Yeah, I mean,
they're still here.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a pain, but honestly, it's going to be just putting like Nintendo games in a box, Super Nintendo games in a box. It's not going to be super time consuming.
And just stack them in the box so that they stay in the order in which
that's it.
They already are. Although I don't think there's any there's no
I don't
order.
Have alphabetical order.
Yeah, there's no order going on here.
No.
So it's
just throwing them in a box.
Yeah.
And then just setting them back up.
You're good to go.
So, I mean, this here will probably take me like 2-3 hours. It won't take me that long.
Yeah, it's a paint dog. Just cut the room out of this house.
Input it.
Paste it in the new one.
Well, I wish it was that easy.
Oh,
but
my God.
It's not quite that easy.
We're not there yet. The technology hasn't caught up to the times.
No,
okay.
But other than that, week's been good. Just the weeks have been flying by, bro. We're like, it's already the 5th of September.
Yes, no, I'm
like it's crazy,
dude. We go to the States in like 3 weeks.
Yes,
literally, I think exactly 3 weeks.
Today.
Yes,
we're going to be on a plane right now.
Yes,
we'll be in the sky, hating life.
Probably, yeah, salty as fuck.
And I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm wearing a mask, bro. I'm gonna straight up look like one of those Asian chicks that go around wearing a mask everywhere.
Well, you know
on
what?
the airplane.
I actually looked up.
I'm doing it.
I actually looked up if that does literally anything or like to help when you're on a plane, and apparently, it does minimal to nothing. The thing that really seems to make the difference is if you bring like, disinfectant wipes, and you use that on the headrest,
everything,
the armrests. The drop down tray, if you do that, they said that'll do it more because the air that's going through the mask does almost
nothing.
Almost nothing. That's a placebo at this point.
Well,
basically.
You know what? I'm going to placebo the hell out of it, and I'm going to be putting wipes down. I'm going to be washing my hands every because the last thing I want to do is get AIDS again in the States. Dude, the last time when I was in Vegas last year, bro, I was so incredibly sick.
Yeah, that's true.
I had the flu. Like I thought I was going to die. You know, like I legit thought I was gonna die. I'm gonna die in a Vegas hotel room right now. I'm going down, and it was terrible. So I'm not going through that again, and or at least I'm gonna attempt to not go through that again, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just paranoid about. I'm paranoid anytime I go into the States.
Yes.
At this point, not because I'm gonna get sick.
Well, you're gonna get shot.
I'm just, which like,
you know, I'm just gonna say it. That's
contextually, you know, even if there was one a day, which they're pretty much on track for right now, about one a day somewhere in the States is like between 3 and 5 people involved is the marker.
Yeah.
So like on track one a day, like you're playing, it's like kind of like throwing a dart at the board.
Yes.
The odds of it being where we are. Still extraordinarily low.
Yeah, but it's all you think about.
But it's all you think about.
It's all I think about.
Because up here, we don't have to think about that.
I've already had the conversation with my wife. She doesn't want me to go. She's like, I don't want you to go.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even really want to go.
Yeah.
But unless we can convince Air Canada to give us our tickets back because we'd be like, so between the time that we booked and now, there's been like 747 shootings.
Yeah.
We'd like to not go anymore.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's extremely unlikely, but I'd be
the
a
fact
liar.
that
I'd be a
it's
liar if I
yeah.
said it's not on my mind.
Exactly. Especially since you have a kid now.
Exactly. That's
Because really, do you have to go to TwitchCon?
no,
No.
I don't.
No.
I want to. I want to have fun.
Yes.
But unfortunately, you have something in the back of your mind where
No matter
fun
how
might be
silly it
spoiled.
might be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems
And it's
to
not
be...
even it's not even just that. Just being there in general is like,
Oh, yeah. On edge.
So anyway,
My
it is
God.
what it is. I mean, you can't live your life in fear, but at the same time, it's starting to get to the point where it's like, well, you might, it's something you want to think about.
It's good stuff. My week was another week as well. Nothing crazy. I'm not moving, so that's fine. Family get together last weekend was nice. Had family in from out west, came down, a cousin with her husband. So everyone was. So we got lots. We do what we do every time now that the whole family gets together. Mm-hmm. We take pictures with Nan as a group. Because it's like we don't know which one of these family gatherings is going to be the last family gathering when Nan's alive. So every time, especially now whenever Kayla comes back home, which is like once a year,
you make sure
we make sure that picture happens. So but we had a good time, had a little barbecue action, and other than that, it's just been No Man's Sky daily.
I saw that. You're loving it.
That game is really good now. Like. Fucking really, really good. And I've been enjoying it a lot, and the stream has been enjoying it a lot. It's just been nice because what's really nice about it is that you're not competitive for like 8 hours straight. And
Yeah, you're just having fun, bro.
Dead. You're just having a good time.
Fun. You're doing it at your own pace.
You're having a good fucking time.
You're having a little adventure.
Yeah.
You have a couple wow moments.
That's right.
You're chilling. You can talk to the chat. You can relax.
That's
There's
right.
no stress.
So it's good.
It's just playing and having fun.
So I highly recommend checking it out if you guys haven't already. Definitely, this is definitely the update to hop in on. Okay, well, that was an exciting update for our weeks. We had blistering weeks, Jeff.
Well,
what else?
Well, we're gonna do. We have this podcast and we have next week podcast,
Yes.
and then we're gonna play it by ear. We'll see. For 2 weeks. If we can, and there's a fairly good possibility we could get another, like the first week of me in the house, we could still probably get a podcast in, but we'd have to do it in the main room.
Something together.
Yeah, but but definitely for the TwitchCon thing, there won't be a podcast. So yeah, you're definitely gonna get us today and then in next week, and then we'll go from there. Good news, we got a sponsor finally. It happened.
Who is it?
It's NordVPN.
Hey,
It's NordVPN. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, here on Twitch, wherever.
2 years deep.
2 years, we finally scored one.
That's right.
We got one.
Thank you, Nord.
Thank you, NordVPN.
For reaching out.
If you guys are looking for a VPN service, we've got a deal. You can sign up for a 3-year membership.
That's right.
For only $2.99 a month. That's less than that. Well, it's about the same price as that cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's about that.
For an entire month.
Yeah.
Money back guarantee for the first 30 days. If you don't like it, you can get your money back. If you guys don't know what a virtual private network is, Adam actually...
I've been using them for years before this happened.
Boom. So there you go. And you guys know Adam's the tech guy. He's already been using Nord. He been using it. So I ended up getting sponsored on my stream. I had pitched them the podcast. They wanted to see how well my stream would do and stuff. It's doing very well. Tons of people have been getting the deal. 75% off, guys, using the promo code OTT, which stands for Auto-Tune Tyrone. I basically just merged it all together instead of making another promo code and stuff.
Yeah,
you guys can just use the promo code OTT. Link will be in the description of this YouTube video. So make sure you guys go check them out. I'll give you a little bit more information on them during the halfway section.
The sellout time.
I'll really plug them, but wanted to give a big shout out and a thank you to NordVPN, the first ones that got on board with the technical alpha. And listen, guys, they're helping support the podcast, which keeps the podcast going. And so if you guys are looking for a VPN service, definitely go check them out. 75% off, and I can tell you right now, and I'm telling you this heads up, that code is only going to be good for the majority of this month. Then the deal is going to change a little bit. So I'll tell you right now, if there is a time where you're going to jump in to get 75% off, do it now or do it within the next
Do it now.
1 or 2 weeks.
Do it.
I'm just going to give you a heads up. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I want to just give them a
I'm just saying one more time. I've already been using Nord for years because Nord is the best VPN all around. You might be able to find one that does like some really stupid, hyper-specific thing, but for 99.9% of every living human being that wants a VPN, Nord is the GOAT.
I didn't even have to pay him to say that.
No.
He's just been saying that even when I told him I got sponsored by Nord. He's like, oh, shit, I've already been using it. You should see about the podcast. There. I said, hey, I'm already on top of that, bro.
And here we are. It's better than ExpressVPN. Yes, and I've used them in the past, too. So if you want to put faith in me, then there you go. Mr. Black.
Yes.
Dave Bautista. Who just, I've followed him on Twitter.
The dream come true for him.
Just the dream has come true. It happened. Just like Nicolas Cage trying to chase down the Superman vibes, Dave Bautista has been desperately trying to make the magic happen, getting in on this Gears of War movie, and he made one more step, getting closer. One small step for Dave, one giant leap for Bautista kind. He's in Gears of War 5.
He is.
As himself.
Now, he wanted the movie, obviously.
But I think he still does, but like I think this just... At the very least, this increases his chances.
Yes. Listen, if there's going to be a Gears movie, he's guaranteed to be cast. 100%.
I hope so.
Oh, guaranteed. But it is cool that he's in this video game. Obviously, he's probably going to be voice acting one of the characters, maybe in the campaign or whatever. I have no idea. I know that the game is like on its way out, like coming out.
It's out.
Oh, it's out now.
It's either out now or it's real close because reviews are already coming. So I don't know if they had like a 2-day window embargo before the release or what happened there.
So I wonder how big his role is in this game because
he's literally playing himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, like,
I think
he's been campaigning for a while, so it's either he knew.
No, I think he might be just a multiplayer thing.
Maybe they just added him at the end.
Yeah, like I don't think he's not. I don't think he. No, I could be wrong, but I don't think he's campaign. Or anything like that. I think he's just literally playing himself. As a multiplayer thing. And that's cool.
All right, that's cool.
It fucking looks like Dave Bautista. And I'm pretty sure the guy's name in the game is Dave Bautista.
Oh, why wouldn't it be?
Because that name already sounds like it fits in the Gears of War universe.
Exactly. And it's already got the look. Like it's already that. It's
Marcus
done.
Phoenix.
Yes.
Dave Bautista.
Done.
It's fine.
That's cool.
Easy. It's great news for him, and I do think that this is hopefully going to lead to whatever movie thing could possibly happen. They've been talking about Gears of War movie stuff forever and ever and ever. It's one of those video game properties that are like is ripe for a movie. It's actiony. It's crazy. It's one of those things that you would want to have it rated R, but you know it's not going to be. They're going to come out like a PG-13 Gears of War, and then you have to like try to envision what the hell a PG Gears of War looks like. It's kind of like doing like the PG Doom.
I don't want to envision that.
No.
Ever. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even want to envision a rated R one because I don't give two squirts of piss about Gears of War. Never did. It's not my thing.
I think it would make for. I think you could do like the first game is. I like the first game, but and I think it makes sense as a movie. I mean, more than most video games would.
Yeah, it's like a new generation Starship Troopers, right? That's what it would remind me of. You just make it outrageous, over the top, balls to the wall, ridiculous.
I mean, chainsaws are on guns.
Yes. So there you go.
Run wild with that thought.
With the right movie director and the right campy actors to be in it, I think it could work. But
absolutely,
it is what it is.
Let's see what else we got here. GameStop might have hinted at a new Splinter Cell game, which we were coincidentally talking about after the E3 podcast, because during E3 they had that. I think it was Ubisoft had that weird mobile game that it was using like characters from all the Ubisoft games, and it was like some sort of stupid mobile like gotcha whatever the fuck. And then you saw Sam Fisher, and everyone was like. And then it just turned out to be a mobile game?
Yep.
Okay, so this is instilling some hope that maybe, just maybe, on the horizon, there could be an honest-to-God Splinter Cell number 10. I mean, this would be the 10th game in this. That's how many... I didn't even know about this until I read the article. I didn't even think about it. But there will be, if another one comes out, this would be the 10th Splinter Cell game.
Crazy.
Which is nuts. Really, only about 3 of them matter. The rest of them were kind of fucking whatever. But Splinter Cell, when it first came out, the first couple, those were some dope fucking games.
Oh yeah.
And I always like Splinter Cell more than, let's say, Metal Gear Solid or anything like that. Mostly because, well, as much as I love the wacky, crazy shit in Metal Gear Solid, the story in with Splinter Cell at least made sense.
Yes.
'Cause,
Metal Gear Solid got a little. It got a little cray-cray.
It's the exact reason why everyone is looking at Death Stranding going, what the fuck is this going to be?
Yeah.
But let me see here. And so how it happened was they're releasing or taking pre-orders for Splinter Cell goggles replica. So like Sam Fisher's goggles. And so the description for the goggles, though, is for the first time since the introduction of Splinter Cell in 2002. Fuck, we're old, Jeff. After 9 top-selling AAA titles, and this is in bold, and with the 10th release on the horizon, this is your first chance to own Sam Fisher's signature ultra-high-frequency sonar goggles. So the key phrase there being, and the 10th release on the horizon. So does GameStop know something we don't know? Is this like an oops, we fucked up, where there is a 10th game coming? Or are they just banking on the fact that eventually, sometime between now and their store no longer being in existence, which
might be
the end of
next
the year,
week,
then another Splinter Cell game is coming. I mean, I'd love to see it. I'd be down for it. I don't think that there's been a good kind of stealth-centric AAA game in a long time that's been like really worth it. There's been AAA games that incorporate stealth, but they're not. It's not like the premise of the game. It's not the focus of it. I think it'd be pretty nice to have something like that come back.
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't play it, but
I'd be there
for the ones that like that stuff. Okay, and you never know. GameStop might actually do know something that we don't know, and that might actually have been placed there for a specific reason to get people talking, to get people speculating.
It's
kind of get it going.
Some fancy marketing, Jeff. It's like guerrilla marketing.
Hey, it's nothing wrong with that. Little Easter egg, little drops. Like, did you catch it? The smart ones that are really listening.
It's like every cell phone leak.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh shit. The entire spec sheet for this phone just leaked like 3 months before it comes out.
Whoops.
What else we got here? Microsoft and Korea's SK Telecom, who most people would probably recognize that name more for the fact that it's a League of Legends team than the fact that it's an actual telecom company in Korea, are partnering up to deliver 5G-based cloud gaming in Korea.
Damn.
So SK Telecom's got the 5G network that they're putting out in Korea. Microsoft has got the Project X Cloud, which is what they're delivering all of their cloud-based gaming services with. And SKT is going to be an exclusive partner with Microsoft for this in Korea. So it's a pretty fucking
big.
Massive. I mean, Korea is the 4th largest video game economy on the planet. And so to go in and swipe that up with the 5G kind of revolution happening is pretty big stuff. And as silly as 5G is, like I don't know if you've ever watched MKBHD on YouTube. He's a massive tech YouTuber.
Yes.
Okay, so
Black dude.
Yeah. So he did a little 5G test. He went to one of the cities in the States that have 5G, and it's like if you're not standing underneath that telephone pole, that ain't it, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Like the range on that shit is, which is why they have to have a node like every fucking like 5 feet. Because if there's anything in the way, like if there's a building, there's a tree, there's a small child playing hopscotch in the street, that 5G signal
Connection
gets fucking
just wrecked.
destroyed.
Yeah.
So like the science behind it is essentially they're going to try and have to have a web where they go in and they're going to have to find the angles in which buildings get in the way, and then place nodes to cover as many of the dead zones as possible. Because the basically how it works is the stronger the signal is, the tighter the bands are, and the shorter the range of the signal gets. So like our old shit like 3G and 4 whatever, the bands are way further apart and the distance is much further, and it will penetrate building walls and stuff easier. But with these like tight bands, this is my understanding, is it just doesn't have the range, and it's a lot easier for stuff to get in the way. So it's super fast. Like when he was standing within range of the thing, I mean, he was getting like bordering on 2 gigabit down on a phone. It's like doubling my home fiber speed.
That's insane.
On your cell phone.
That's
right?
insane.
Now he said his phone basically felt like the center of the sun when it was doing that, because the receiver's just going fucking. It's going crazy. The hamster inside that wheel is hitting Mach speeds. Yeah, it's pretty wild. So anyway, that's pretty big news. It'd be kind of fun to see. It'd be fun to see just how well Microsoft's cloud gaming would work on 5G, because 5G is, honest to God, probably going to be the way in which a lot of people end up getting gig plus speeds in the first place. Like it's more likely that it would be that than it would be them having it in their home. So a lot of like, let's say streaming your Xbox games to your phone, and you have like a controller attachment for your phone, which is pretty easy because phones are, well, they're the size of a small TV. You can just be streaming Xbox games to your phone, anywhere, and with a 2 gig signal.
I mean,
it's going to look good. It's going to play well, right?
Yes.
So that'd be kind of fun to see how that all pans out, because it won't rely anymore necessarily. You don't have to have a crazy good graphics chip, because everything is just being streamed. So as long as the graphics chip on the phone can handle the video, which 4K video is easy for phones, and you're not going to stream 4K gaming. I mean, you could, but probably 1080p, 1440, whatever. Easy. So that'll be kind of fun to see. So there you go, Microsoft and SK Telecom coming together for that in Best Korea. Gearbox Publishing crowdfunds Homeworld 3. So you've probably never heard of Homeworld, but it's a series that's been around for a hot minute.
I think I have heard of it.
Yeah, you've probably seen it on Steam or something a couple of times at the very least. But they put up Homeworld 3 to be funded on Fig.co, which is like another crowdfunding method. Put it up for $1 goal. Just slapped it up for $1. Just I don't know why.
Probably because they were going to make it regardless. So they're probably just like, hey, you know what? We'll put $1 up. There's too much money we can raise.
That's also possible, but it could also have just been the one, like a crazy stupid marketing ploy. Just be like, hey, for $1, let's see where we go. Let's see how much people are actually interested in this game. And as it turns out, pretty interested. I don't know where it is now. You just opened it up. We're a little over 500,000.
Going on 600,000.
Okay, so it hit a little over 400 in like 4 days.
That's crazy.
On the $1 goal, and it's not like it's on a traditional platform. Like, not a lot of people even know what Fig.co is. So the amount of traction. I don't know what the amount of traction is for crowdfunding on that website, like comparative to, like, let's say Kickstarter.
Yeah.
But and especially for a game that's, I wouldn't call Homeworld super niche, but it's not like a crazy mainstream game either.
No.
So to have like 3,000 or so people come in and build up a $500,000 plus campaign in 5 days,
impressive.
That's pretty impressive. And we don't really see anything. It's in pre-production right now, but Homeworld is a pretty beloved game, and I'm sure it will turn out well. These crowdfunded games are getting better and better about it, because they're getting. There's been so many failures that people now are kind of we know the pitfalls.
Yes.
For the budgeting in this kind of like new kickstarting budgeting for games, and so the stuff that's coming out is getting better and better, and it's easier and easier for people to want to actually commit.
Unless it's Star Citizen.
Oh, then you fucked up.
Yeah.
Which I don't have it written in here, and I think it happened after the podcast. But now that you mentioned it, and before I forget, they pushed back the release of the single player portion of it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think
it wasn't even. I don't even think it's a full single player. I think it was like.
I'd
have to look here.
Squadron 42 or whatever.
I'm gonna look it up while you're talking.
Yeah,
about it.
but they pushed it back. I think it pushed it back 3 months or something like that. I can't remember. But it was just got to the point where I saw it in my Twitter timeline, and I was like, wow,
that's a big yikes, dog.
That's a Patrick Stewart's mild shock.gif if I've ever seen one. It just doesn't surprise me anymore to see anything out of Star Citizen that isn't one of two things. We're releasing another ship, it costs $1,400. Or two, we're pushing back the release of literally anything. Seems to be the par for the course.
The solo campaign won't be landing until the later half of 2020. There's no date, I guess no specific date, but
sometime in 2020 towards the end of the year. Gives them a nice cushiony window to work with. And, if history repeats, then, maybe it's more like early 2021.
Yeah, people are actually losing their minds about this too. Like, there's what I've noticed this time around is
people
there's
are starting to actually get
angry.
There's
people that have been supporting it that are like, fuck you. Like, I'm done.
It's getting to the point where people are just like, all right, Chris.
Yeah.
You've spent a lot of our money, and you keep asking for more money. Can we get something out of this now?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
I saw this and I chuckled, bro. I was like, I was like,
It was when I saw the last demo or whatever, and they spent like 5 minutes discussing the animations for a bartender. That's when I knew they were in some shit. The priorities for, and I think we said this in the other podcast as well. We talked about it. The priorities for good animations on a bartender are actually so low on that list of things that people give a flying fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you add after the game is out, and now you're polishing shit.
Yep.
Now you're like, all right, we've got the core experience in. Now let's make it, even more immersive. Let's make it, a little bit more interactive. Make it look great. Let's start adding in some fancier animations for the bartender. You don't make an entire fucking 5-minute section of your release discussing the fine ins and outs of the bartender.
We don't need it. We don't need it, and it's crazy. I mean, we've already beat the subject up to the ground on multiple occasions.
But you know what? I'm gonna keep resurrecting that horse and killing it all over again and beating it into the ground further, because damn it, if it doesn't make me a little happy on the inside.
Oh, it makes me very happy.
It's because on one hand, I really want Star Citizen to come out and be everything that they promised it to be, but on the other hand, there's just the odds are
in the last year
it's not good.
In the last year, they have raised
how much?
Almost this is even old, from a few months back, almost $35 million.
Stop.
Huh.
Stop.
They've raised. They're about to break $250 million. They're about to break $250 million. Dude, I got to go on their website. I want to actually see where. Do they even show it anymore? Like where they're at?
No. If they did, they're crazy.
Yeah, I got to go on their website because I wonder if they still show that shit.
Oh my Lord, have mercy! Are you serious?
Because that is insanity to the 20th degree.
Almost $250 million for a crowd-funded game that hasn't produced dick.
Very minimal. I mean, very, very minimal shit, bro.
Like they've had two, like,
dude, it's
what
just
you'd
funny.
call.
It's just funny, man. I go to their store, okay, like their pledge store, and I want you to the first thing that pops up is a ship for $725 US.
Yeah, but Jeff, just look at that. Look at the ship design. Look at the artistic genius of these.
They're just selling shit, dude. They're selling shit. They got mouse pads. Fucking endless amounts of different merchandise.
It's just
digital ships for the small price of your firstborn child's education. It's insane.
It's impressive to me.
It's insane.
It's
insane.
Like, you know what it reminds me of, the state of it right now? Remember way back in the day when you'd get like a Game Informer magazine or like an Xbox Insider or some shit, and it all come with a disc, and that disc would have like 40 demos on it.
Yeah.
Star Citizen currently is one of the 40 demos on a random Game Informer disc from 1999.
That is a good way of putting it. That's
literally
where
they're
they're
at right now.
You're playing a concept.
You're putting it in the disc and you're going, hey, this 5 minutes of gameplay is pretty dope. Hope it turns out okay.
Never comes out. Never comes out. Yeah, bro. They are something else, man. They're
Yeah,
something else.
yeah, Natsu. You know, they have a Star Citizen con. The game isn't even out yet. They have a convention,
Dude. And it's been going for like a couple years now.
Yes.
Minimal. Like I remember seeing at least 2 years. They people like there are nerds that go to this thing, and they celebrate
drinking the Kool-Aid.
Dude, it really is, bro. It's like that. What's his face, bro? It's like that minister, that Ernstine
That's what I mean.
dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever his
drinking
name
the Kool-Aid.
They're on
yeah,
the Kool-Aid hard.
They're on
bro.
the Kool-Aid. That's the whole term. Is
What is it?
drinking
Joel?
the Kool-Aid.
Was it Joel Ernstine?
No,
or-
not Joel. Oh Jesus, no. Joel might be crazy, but he's not.
Dude.
Killing everyone with Kool-Aid.
Well,
I can't remember the guy's name. This was a long time ago. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the whole term "drinking the Kool-Aid" comes from that guy that basically
whoever
turned
the
a cult.
fuck. Yes, whoever the fuck that dude is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Jeff out here tries to Joel Osteen killing people with Kool-Aid.
well, I mean, Joel, he's
Joel Osteen's just locking people outside his church during hurricanes. This is a little different.
he's still a crook.
This is a different.
They're all
slightly
fucking
different.
crooks, dude.
Jim Jones. That was
Jim
it, yeah.
Jones,
Jim Jones.
dude. Star Citizen supporters, come on, you got. It's okay. Like maybe
It's actually not okay because some of these guys have spent like 10 grand on this game. There's some people in like the 20 or $30,000 range on this game.
I mean, listen, if they spend that much money, obviously money to them is whatever. I'm hoping that's the case, because $5,000 to somebody might be $100 to us. So it's whatever. But at the end of the day, it's a shame. It's shame on Star Citizen for keeping this money train going.
You know damn well that the people spending 30 grand on this video game do not have $30,000 to spend on this video game. That's like saying that the whales in the mobile game market have $30,000 to throw around.
That's true.
They're usually the people that are like gambling addicts that they had the least amount of money to spend.
Yeah, that's
but they're
true.
spending it anyway.
Yeah.
I doubt that there's a bunch of like crazy robotics engineers from
There might
NASA
be a few.
making like $3 million a year.
There might be a few.
Yes,
but
they're not the majority on that one.
Damn, bro. Damn. Like, how do you even physically write that out publicly and say, guys?
I might have spent 30 grand on this game.
No, not even that.
Oh,
no,
oh,
no,
oh, okay.
no. Those people don't talk about it.
Oh, yeah,
All right?
you keep that to yourself.
You keep that to yourself.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm talking
yeah.
about the makers, where they
between
come
you and
out,
your
where they come
accountant.
out publicly and they say it's your accountant. Come on, tell me I can write this off in some way. I need to get some of this back, bro. I'm fucked. How does Star Citizen come out publicly and say, guys, I know we're at $250 million.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to delay this another God knows how.
3 to 5 months.
This has been delayed over.
It's an
and
indefinite.
over.
It's an indefinite delay
Like,
to polish.
how do you delay this again?
You do something. All right. So first,
How do you
first what
physically do it? Like, how do you do it, bro?
What you had first, okay, was the first like major gameplay release to make people excited and to get their money. You know what they did? They showed that off where the guy got into the ship and he flipped his helmet and put his helmet on, and people literally were masturbating
creamed
publicly
themselves.
In the crowd. That happened.
That was $1 million.
Semen was everywhere.
That was $1 million right there.
It's a lot of money. Actually, it's more than $1 million. After $250 million, it was probably like a $50-75 million bill just flipping the helmet. Step 2 was the bartender talking about ice cubes and actually liquid physics of the thing going into the glass and drinking it, and then the bartender doing like, and they've got like the motion cap of like the guy behind doing like, it's like the Cabana, and then they were like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. People are like, oh, that's another $50-75 million bill right there. Next, I promise you, we're gonna get people talking. They're gonna be talking about in-game romances between player characters and the possibility of first-person sex for VR. I'll call it right now. It's a $100 million bill.
I'm sold.
I'm in.
I want that.
I'm in.
I want that.
They're gonna have like pocket pussies and VR headsets. Shit. Fucking.
Fuck this game, bro. Fuck this game, bro.
Oh my god.
Just fuck this game, bro.
Yeah, it's a friggin' hot mess. In slightly less crazy news, Steam is putting a new library into beta, so they're completely overhauling how the library looks on Steam, and thank God, because that shit is old. So this is you can click on this this link here that I've got, and you can see what it's going to look like, and it's kind of bringing Steam up with like a lot of the other storefronts, like they're
Giving it
now
the modern look.
There's pictures.
Ooh.
You can see pictures now.
Ooh. Ooh.
There's more organizational options because people.
Oh, yeah, I see.
People on Steam have like 700 games in a library, and it's starting to get a little confusing. Make them easier to sort them out and find what they're looking for. Or maybe they have so many games. Actually, at one point they were like people in their libraries. Maybe they're just looking for a certain type of game and they're not so sure. But so we can make like mood boards almost for your games because you have so many fucking games on Steam that you can do that because you've forgotten which games you actually own. That's where Steam's at right now. So, lots of things done there. Lots of updates to allowing developers to get, information to the people playing their games in terms of, updates or live events or, let's say, like free experience weekends and shit like that. All that kind of information that currently gets lost anywhere but the store page, basically, for these games, is now going to be more readily available. And it just overhauls the experience
I like the look
entirely.
of it. It just looks like Netflix, right? It's like
Which is what you need, really. Especially when you have that many games, it's nice to have that kind of control over seeing what you've got on hand.
Yeah.
And then it also will suggest games to you based on your library and whatnot that maybe you're feeling like something you don't own it, but hey, here are some games.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. No. So it's
It'd be like Netflix. It's like, hey, we noticed that you played all these games. Here are some other games that you might enjoy.
Soon, Steam is going to be like, hey, we noticed that you watched Olympus Has Fallen. How about some Bollywood films?
Boom.
But Steam.
Sure.
Here's something that was kind of interesting, I hope it all works out. I hope it all works out for her. Remember that super enthusiastic lady at E3 that was for the game Ghostwire Tokyo?
Yes.
She was spooky. All right, and then the whole internet fucking loved her. It was like Keanu Reeves and her, and it was like the fucking match made in heaven. All right. So she announced that just suddenly that she's leaving the game, moving on. The game's not done, still in production. She's creative director. And she's gone. She just announced it herself. I don't think I saw any official announcement from the game, but maybe there was something somewhere, or the company itself. But she's moving on. She did the usual spiel of, I got to work with really amazing people, and I learned a lot, and et cetera, et cetera.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Where really, at the end of the day, it was either she wasn't doing her job, or the company sucked some balls, and she was getting tired of it and left.
Yeah.
But how this reads to me a little bit is a couple of things. As a creative director, you don't have to be there necessarily for the entire production of the game. And we've talked about that at least 3 times on this podcast when people freak out about a creative director leaving. I don't know what the stage of Ghostwire Tokyo is at right now to say if it would be a sensible time for her to be leaving or not.
Yeah.
But her stock right now as a person
that might be it,
is
right?
so fucking high compared to where it was. But nobody knew who the fuck she was.
Yeah.
And then she hit that E3 stage and
Now
she did
everybody
adorable
does.
shit.
Yeah.
And spooky, and now she's worth bajillions of dollars in social clout.
Yeah.
And so she might be taking that opportunity, plus the fact that the game might be far enough along that it doesn't really matter too much anymore.
Yeah.
To move on and try.
Somebody
and
might have already hired
capitalize
her,
on it.
right? Somebody might have said, okay, you know what? We're going to take you. We got a new game.
That's right.
Why don't you be a creative director on this one?
E3
then we want you to go to the
2020.
next E3 and come out and do her trademark spooky.
Which people are going to probably cringe at the second time around because it was cute the first time. The second time it's going to feel forced.
Yeah, but you know what? She's that kind of cute where
It could pull it-
it'll
she could pull
probably
it
still
off.
work, and maybe everybody starts going spooky. It might be this thing, right?
Social media.
Anyway, good on her.
Yeah, so that's happening. I'm still kind of interested in that game because what we saw of it looked kind of neat. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes from this point forward. I'm sure we'll see a little bit more of that here in the few months to come. The Switch. So there was a Nintendo Direct yesterday. I watched it live when I was streaming, and they had, it was 40 minutes long. It was a long Direct. Most of it, like everything on the Switch, was or were ports or remasters or remastered ports or whatever the fuck from either the Wii or anywhere else. It was like the Nintendo was just like a grab bag. It's like they went in, they stuck their hand in the bag, they took out some shit, they looked at it, they're like, sure, we'll put that on the Switch. And that's kind of what happened. To the point where a couple of really big surprises went down there. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, which was one of the most beloved Star Wars games that was a PC game from fucking...
God knows when. Back in the day.
It's a while.
Yeah.
Is coming out to the Switch. It's also coming to the PS4, but it's coming to the Switch. And they announced it during this direct, which was it made no sense to me, but at the same time, it was like, fuck it. Okay, sure. The Switch is becoming a put everything.
Why not?
On this?
Why not?
Options.
I mean, it's convenient. It's a handheld and a console. It's nothing for them to do this shit, right? And they got so many old properties now that are at that perfect nostalgic age where you could literally, like you said, put your hand in a bag, pull something out, and I guarantee you there's going to be several 100,000 people that are going to, yeah, I'd fuck with that.
Yeah, I'd play that. Yeah.
And as long as it's $19.99 or $9.99 or whatever.
The theme for it is that, but it's probably not going to be $9.99. The theme for it is that almost everything that's added to the Switch has to have in some way, shape, or form like a motion control or like some Switch-related thing as an additive so that it doesn't quite seem like they just ported the shit and called it a day. So that was one. The other one that took me by surprise is Deadly Premonition, which is a super cult classic-y game that in a million years, if you asked me, Adam, is there going to be a Deadly Premonition 2? I'd say, no! Not even close. It's a miracle the first one came out. Well, guess what? Deadly Premonition 2 coming out exclusively to the Switch, and they re-released yesterday the original game on the Switch, all fixed up with, again, Switch-related features, whatever the fuck. I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't know. I didn't look into it yet to see if the original director was part of this sequel. But if you haven't played Deadly Premonition and you like plot twists and you like kind of like off the beaten path type games and you're willing to put up with some jank, it's actually really fucking good. Like super good. Some of the best writing in a game that I experienced in a long time when I'm
pretty sure this is very Resident Evil like, right?
Kind of, but it's like a detective thriller kind of thing, and less horror, more of a detective thriller, and really solid writing, really great plot twists and stuff in there.
All right. Cool.
So if they did fix up and do a pretty good job of it. They've just re-released the first one. I think they're calling it Origins or something. And now they've got the second
Number
one
2
coming up as well, which, again, I mean, you had a better chance to win the lottery, I thought, than getting a second Deadly Premonition. But here we are. We got a second one coming.
Sweet.
The Final Fan... Oh, other than that, sorry, before we move on from the Switch, they're also finally getting SNES games for their online subscribers.
There you go.
They have the retro stuff for all their other consoles. They've been adding NES titles and things of that nature. Well, now we're getting the SNES stuff. They released the first group of games that are going to be in that release. Of course, this service is only available to their online subscribers, which is not really an expensive thing. It's like $30 a year. But you're getting, in the first release, Brawl Brothers, Breath of Fire, Demon's Crest, F-Zero, Joe and Mac 2, Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Pilot Wings, Star Fox. Here's a good Stunt Race FX. You got that up there.
I'm pretty sure I have that boxed.
That's a good game. And this is the first time it will ever be available off of the SNES, the original SNES. It's never been ported to anything else before. I played a lot of that when I was younger. A friend of mine had it, played a lot of it. Super Earth Defense Force is coming out as well. Ghost and Ghouls, Super Ghost and Ghouls. Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Super Metroid, Super Puyo 2, Super Soccer, Super Tennis, lots of Super.
A lot of Super.
And The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Yep. Classic.
So those are the first 20. There's some hits in there. Breath of Fire, F-Zero, Kirby's Dream Land.
I mean, let's be real.
There's some good shit
I'm
in here.
sure there's mods and things out there now that you can probably put every game in the history of Super Nintendo on your Switch.
Like an SD card or something like that.
You plug it in and you go.
Probably.
Yeah.
But either way, this has got like the rewind features and the safe, all that kind of shit that you'd have that you wouldn't get otherwise. And then one of the craziest things, and I'm still not 100% sure how this is going to work, but okay, so they're releasing a wireless Super Nintendo controller. But it's exclusive to their online subscribers. So, like, I don't know if they just have this for sale on the Nintendo Shop's website and you have to log in and you have to be an online subscriber, and then you can buy these? And then do they have like a mechanism in place so people aren't buying like 50 and then fucking reselling them? Like I've never, I don't know why it would even dawn on them to make a peripheral an exclusive to online members and think that that would result in anything other than people just buying more than one and reselling them, unless of course they have like a limit, like maybe you can only buy 2, maybe you can only buy 4. I don't fucking know, but it's weird. I don't know why they would limit themselves like that. You want people to buy these with the hopes that maybe they'll, get the online.
You just want them available.
You just want to sell them.
Sell them. Who gives a fuck what they do with them? They can burn them. They can resell them. They can
put it on a wall.
Do whatever they want with it.
Yes.
They can collect them.
It's friggin' weird.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if they're going to have like a connectivity thing that'll only allow you to connect to this controller when you are logged into your account.
That would be some wild shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, right? Where there's like something in the controller like that connects to your account or whatever. But that would be some next level shit. I think you're probably bang on though. It's probably, listen, you only can buy from the store since you're a thing, and then if people buy more, they can. It's like whatever, but
dude, that's fucking wacky.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's something that only Nintendo would think to fucking do.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But and you want to know what's crazy about it is
it's gonna work.
They get away with it because it's Nintendo.
Yeah,
and you're just gonna do it. You don't even complain about these stupid fucking things. You just do it.
Smash Ultimate, they did a whole segment on the Banjo-Kazooie release, which is now I think out.
Yeah,
and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Feel bad for it. The chat will say it, but basically the director or like the head of Smash Ultimate, he needs to be the next CEO of Nintendo. This dude is actually crushing it so fucking hard with this game and with the PR, and like he's a likable dude. He's got the fucking charisma. He's got the jokes, and he feels like he embodies Nintendo more than, let's say, this new like Bowser does. Like the Bowser guy just looks like a fucking suit that's like doing his thing. He's probably very fucking good at his job.
Yeah,
but like he's not a face, right? The old CEO was still a face that was a suit, but this new guy's like kind of fucking whatever. But Masahiro Sakurai. So I want him. He's 49 years old, which means he looks like he's 14 right now. I want him to be the next CEO of fucking Nintendo. I want it to happen because I think he'd crush your shit.
I don't really know him, so
he's
I don't
crushing Smash Ultimate. Dude, that game has so much content. They released Banjo-Kazooie. Then it's like, all right, now we're gonna give you that. We're gonna give you like multiple extra levels that comes along with it. Then we're gonna give you like an entire soundtrack worth of fucking audio that we worked with people that we're going to release as well with this. The amount of content that comes out.
That's a lot, man.
And it's like
cramming it all in there.
And it's like $4.
Yeah, they're trying to.
There's like every fucking character you can think of.
Yeah, what they're doing with this game is they're making this the new Melee, right?
This is well beyond Melee.
No, but I mean, as in like the one that everybody defaults to play to.
Yeah.
The big tournaments. This is they want people off the old and they want them converted into the new. They want everybody on this Smash Bros. And it's working.
Yes.
They're doing well.
Yes.
I mean, I bought the game and I thought it was very convoluted. I got bored of it because the online is garbage.
Well, that's actually its biggest struggle.
Super laggy.
Is it's the online part.
But you know what? People do local shit. It's all about the local stuff and the single player, collecting all the people and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just not into that.
Yeah.
I just want to fight people online, but the lag is brutal.
It's
and
just awful.
It's awful. But hey, you know what? People are used to it. It's Nintendo.
Yep.
They're not in it to play it online. Good on them.
The vast majority of people really playing Smash are playing it locally.
Yeah.
So
They're
and
playing
they know
with their friends.
and they know
They
that.
know that.
Right.
They
So
just
it
do
is
it.
what it is.
So, yeah.
But he mentioned in that he was like, I don't think we're ever going to have the ability to have this many characters in a game ever again. So he said, I'm going all out. So the characters he's pulling out of nowhere, dude, they're putting in Terry Bogart or whatever the fuck his name is from Fatal Fury.
They're just putting everybody in. They're saying, "Fuck it, I'm just going to put everybody in."
Dude, the release videos for this, they did like entire pixel art fucking things of like all the main Fatal Fury characters trying to grab at this fucking letter. It was all done in pixel art and animated just to show that it was Terry fucking Bogart or whatever the fuck. Shit's on point, bro.
I don't even know how you balance all those characters. I don't know how they.
Well, you don't.
Yeah, I just it's too much for me. Like it's too much. Like I'm not a Smash. I used to be a big Smash Bros. Fan, but I'm not a fanboy anymore, so I don't get excited. They could literally tell me that they're putting in every single character that has been ever part of Nintendo, ever, and some half of Sony.
They're getting there.
And I wouldn't care. Like, I'd be like, cool. I don't care.
Well, it's kind of where I'm at right
too
now.
much. It's too much. Like
I'm never going to play it.
Yeah, but for the people that do, I mean, great.
But, like, I gotta respect the fucking process.
Go ahead.
Shit's crazy.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing, boo.
Get it.
Crush it.
The answer is ban Bayonetta. Yeah, Bayonetta's apparently like hella fucking broken. So it's just pretty much the way it goes. Other than that, yeah, like I said, it was a lot of re-releases, remasters, etc., etc. I just thought of this randomly because I don't think we talked about it last week either. I don't know why it popped into my head. Maybe because we were talking about Microsoft earlier, but Master Chief Collection, you know what's coming for the PC, and Bungie announced that they are working to port. Like, I can't remember what the number was, but it's millions of custom maps and everything that were made on, like, the console versions by the community on those old games so that they will work still and you'll be able to play them on the PC when the games launch.
That's dope. That's dope.
That fucking blew my mind. I was like, that's fucking crazy. You're going to have, like, a decade plus worth of created content
coming to the next gen.
Just available.
It's yours.
If they pull that off without any like major hitches, that shit's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Like Shady last night, when I was playing No Man's Sky, she like looked up her Halo 2 stats. They still have all the fucking stats, dude. I searched up my name, like I was seeing games we were playing like fucking 12 years ago. All of it's still there.
Fire.
By the way, our last games that we played, we fucking kicked some ass. We had a lot of first and seconds for like an entire page. The shit was fire.
Dope.
We'd be terrible now, though.
Oh, we'd be fucking horrible now. And all the fucking 14-year-old fucking Adderall junkie kids out there that are fucking crazy at games, they'd rep my asshole
dude, it's bad.
5 different angles. And
well, we got ripped by an Adderall junkie kid in that local tournament.
Yes, we. Oh, fuck, yes, we did.
Like, by himself. His partner did literally nothing.
Yeah. Oh,
he did, and he looked. So those who haven't heard the story, so Jeff and I used to be actually really fucking good at Halo 2, and we went to this local tournament to qualify for the nationals, and we crushed everyone at this tournament.
Yep,
mercilessly.
Yep.
And then this last kid, I wish I had a picture of this kid so bad because I can't do it justice to describe him.
I know,
but if you could picture like an amorphous blob that had hair. Like a bad mushroomish cut thing, but it wasn't a true mushroom cut. It was like a mushroom cut if you just let it go for a while and then somebody took scissors and closed their eyes and just fucked with your shit for a bit. It kind of was like that. And he was just the right amount of sweat to be moist that his hair like kind of flattened a little bit. And it was kind of like, he had like straggly hairs on his forehead.
Jeez.
And then
you got a hell of a memory.
Pale, but this kid was like blue white.
Yes.
Like he was like on a white scale, he was like 5,000 K. Like he was like fucking, he was white as a sheet. And he had his own like
almost transparent.
And like you can see like the veins in his forehead and shit. So but the thing that stood out most was he looked like he was soulless. Dead.
He was soulless.
On the inside. Completely fucking dead. He walked around shoulders over, and he looked like he had just witnessed like a mass murder or some shit. And his eyes were the thing that really fucking, like, I will never forget. He looked like Darth Sidious. Like, his eyes were fucking so sunk and so dark and so fucked that I don't know how he even saw anything anymore. And when Jeff and I saw this kid, he was our last fucking hurdle. All we had to do was beat him. It was twos. We were playing twos. And we just had to be him. We're going nationals. And we sit down. And this kid.
We got dummied.
Fucking.
We got dummied.
Dumpstered.
Yeah, we got dummied, bro.
Fucking dumpstered our ass. This partner got 0 kills. And this one kid.
He fucked us.
Fucked us.
Yeah.
Royally.
I remember I was salty about it too. Like,
yes.
I thought we were going to fucking, like, I was fucking salty, bro. He fucking dummied the fuck out of us.
And his face didn't change. He sat down with his little custom controller. And he just went to fucking town, and there was nothing we could do about it.
Imagine if the end of the story was
he won nationals or some shit.
He's ninja.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine just one day Ninja tells a story about being in Halifax and there's Halo 2 shit?
That'd be some funny shit.
Oh my god!
No, this guy weighed about 17 ninjas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was. We got dummied.
No, he didn't even pop up. The dude walked into the building, looked like he died.
He wrecked us and left.
Wrecked
bro.
everything. No facial changes, no nothing. Looked like he hadn't slept in 5 weeks.
Fuck, man.
Crushed us.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
I remember that shit too.
Like, we were crushing everyone in that tournament. We're like, oh, we're going to nationals, boys. Let's fucking go. Nope.
Dummied. Like bad.
That's embarrassing.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
He was the kind of person who, like, once in a while, if you had the sword, and the guy had a shotgun, if you were really good, once in a while, if somebody charged you with a sword,
you could shotgun them.
You could shotgun them and kill them.
Yeah, not this guy. You're getting fucked.
You're getting fucked every time.
Yeah.
There's nothing you do. So much Adderall. And possibly some cocaine.
It's very possible. So basically, if we tried to get competitive with Halo 2, we'd get dummied again.
Well, now it's not. Now we're not even getting competitive. We're just casuals.
Yeah. Now those kids, the guy that fucked us up, those are the bad kids.
Yes.
Now they're on a whole nother. They've spawned into a whole nother being. They're doing shit that you don't even know is
evolution.
Possible. Yes.
Evolution. Final Fantasy VIII Remake, now that it landed, is getting bombed on reviews for a number of reasons. One, it's a shit port. So after a series of really good, and we even said this, I think, on the podcast, we were like, they were nailing these other ports. Well, of course they chose Final Fantasy VIII, like the fucking black swan of the Final Fantasy franchise. They just fucked on it.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible port. It's a complete mess, but what's worse is that, for some people anyway, it's not really, it's kind of stupid, but they censored the shit out of, like, a lot of the characters and stuff. So, Renoa, her shirt line is not like, there's no cleavage anymore like there was in the original game. Not that she had much to begin with, but they brought her shirt, like, way the fuck up. Siren the Summon, that had, like, the little triangle, like, fucking leaf bush going on, that's like a full-on dress covering, like, everything now. Like, they went through and, like, almost every female character's been like modified in some way, shape, or form to clean it up so that people don't get offended by a game that's like fucking 20 years old.
The world we live in.
It's still 4:3. The widescreen support's a joke, but nobody should have expected it to be anyway any different. But the thing is, they didn't update like everything. Like only certain character models got updated. The backgrounds still all look like dog shit. Like they really phoned the shit in on this one, and a lot of people are not
salty
happy
about
it. So they're just
I wasn't gonna buy it anyway.
It's not doing well. I'm kind of the only upside to this is that the music in this release
probably better
is the original PlayStation music and not the MIDI version that the original PC version had.
Nice.
So at the very least, you get the better music,
but you get the shittier game.
Yeah, you don't get to see Siren's bush, and really, that was what I played Final Fantasy VIII for.
Now I'm definitely not buying it.
If only Siren was actually useful. If only summons were useful after, like, the first disc.
Yeah, they do become pretty obsolete.
At that point, you're just watching it for the cutscenes.
That's it.
What else we got here? Crysis. Remember the meme, can it run Crysis?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it back? Is the meme back?
Well, a little bit. But now it's time. CryEngine 5.6. This is the trailer for it. I'm gonna be real. Just skip kind of to the last minute. Just skip to the last minute or so. Because it really is a trailer more for developers than anyone else. But in the last minute, you can see what everything comes together to look like. And it's a teaser. It is like original Crisis Island.
Mm-hmm.
And so people are thinking maybe they're teasing a bit that they're going to remaster the original Crisis in this engine as like a demo for how good this engine can look. And it does look very good. It does look like the CryEngine. You can spot a CryEngine from a million miles away.
Yep.
It's like a weird, hyper-realistic kind of view. The lighting is really like the thing that gives it away for CryEngine. But it does look pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Which they need because the last the CryEngines of the past have been getting used, to my knowledge, less and less. And so they need something, to really ramp the shit up. And so maybe a remaster is down. And then, of course, the joke is, can this new engine run Crysis? Because, my God, the original Crysis was horribly optimized. There was like, dude, it was almost like 7 or 8 years worth of new graphics cards, new processors.
Yes, to be able to
everything,
to be able to run the Crysis.
And it was still, can it run Crysis?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it looks good. It looks good. It doesn't. It's not wowing me like the old stuff is, but I mean, graphics have gotten.
We're getting to a point where it's real hard for them to
really go up now.
It's like super fine detail changes now, so lighting gets a little better. Particle effects get a bit better.
Water and shit.
Water and stuff like that. Meshes where like two different textures meet. They're getting better at blending shit, so that you don't notice.
Two different textures meeting.
Two textures coming together, stuff like that. It's like the small things that add it all up, and then when you're playing it, but it is harder. It's not like the massive leaps that we had in the past.
No. But it looks cool.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. And other than that, I think that's just about got it for game news.
All right,
Mr. Max with Black.
Yes, sir.
You want to do me a favor and sell out a little bit?
Well, if you guys are enjoying the podcast, make sure to hit that like button if you're watching this on YouTube. Go ahead and leave a review if you're watching this on iTunes, Spotify, all those places. Helps us with the algorithm. Patreon.com/LagTV. If you guys want to show some extra support, head on over there and you can get some perks and all that fun stuff. And then on top of that, we now have a sponsor.
That's right.
NordVPN.
NordVPN.
If you guys don't know what NordVPN is, it is a virtual private network with over 5,100 plus servers in 60 countries. No data logging. You can use an extension on your Chrome browser. You can use the app on your phone. You can also have the desktop program running as well.
I think there's, depending on which one you go with, I think you can have like
up to 6.
Is it 6?
I'm going to get through it.
Yeah.
Super fast servers, all of them are recommended by a speed test. 24/7 customer support. You can do live chat or emails. Up to 6 simultaneous connections, which is probably what Adam was getting at there.
So you can do your phone.
You can do your phone, your iPad, your computer, your laptop, a TV
maybe you have
Netflix.
A lot of people have like home media servers now that they're running like Plex and shit on.
Yep.
You can VPN that so you don't, if you want to, spoof your IP for the outside world, so that whatever.
If you're torrenting, whatever, all those things, right?
Who does that, Jeff?
A lot of people.
Okay.
You get automatic kill switches as well, which is good for those type of things.
Yes.
If you partake in them. Even works in China.
Still, there's a handful of servers
and Middle East countries as well. Saudi Arabia.
Also, one of the few ones that still work for Netflix. So if you are somebody,
I do it all the time.
Yeah, you do it all the time. If you're at home or maybe you're traveling a lot and you're outside and you're trying to access your Netflix account from back home, if you have it on your phone or your laptop, NordVPN, you just slap that on and you can access your Netflix real easy peasy like.
Exactly. So if you're from Canada, you want to watch US Netflix,
boom,
you can do that.
Yep. I don't know why you would want to, but you can.
You can. Compatible with most operating systems, so Windows, Mac, iOS, Android.
Yep.
Peer-to-peer sharing is allowed, which is pretty dope. Double data encryption for increased anonymity. Unlimited bandwidth. Unlimited. Dedicated IPs available on request as well. A risk 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you don't like it,
risk-free. 30 days.
And then on top of that, they talk a little bit about some of the other benefits. So you can, protect yourself from DDoS attacks if you play video games, so on and so forth. You can access games all over the world. So if there's specific,
played competitive gaming on NordVPN servers.
There you go.
In case you're wondering, I played Overwatch during a time where my ISP was having horrible routing issues, and so I used Nord to circumvent that routing issue, and my ping was still very playable. I think it was somewhere around like 40 millisecond ping. No issues. I was streaming and playing competitive games on Nord at the same time.
I've already streamed 3 times using it.
Yes.
No
issues.
Never had a problem.
Yeah.
You can also avoid bandwidth throttling as well. So it says, if you don't want your ISP knowing exactly your
some people
activity.
have that problem, unfortunately.
Some people do have that problem. You might be able to use NordVPN as well.
Yeah, get around.
I'm not saying you should do those things, but I can't tell you what not to do with your stuff. Anyway, it's $2.99 a month.
Yes.
75% off. Link is in the description of this YouTube video. So if you're watching this or listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, head on over to our YouTube video, click the link in the description, and then it will take you to a page that is for the podcast. Promo code is OTT. Once again, it's OTT, and that'll get you 75% off. It is a great way for you guys to support, not only for you guys to have the service and get a discount, but it's a great way to support the podcast as well. So go ahead, go and sign up. NordVPN. Adam's been using it for years. I've been using it since I partnered with them, and hundreds of thousands of other people are using this service as well.
That's right.
And I'm sure if you've listened to enough podcasts or watch other streams, a lot of people are promoting them because they're actually good.
Yeah.
It's actually a great service. So go ahead, check them out. Once again, 75% off, promo code OTT. Thank you, NordVPN. That's it.
Mr. Max was Black.
Yes, sir.
You know what's next?
Movies and TV.
Bad Boys for Life. We got a trailer. Did you see it?
I did.
What'd you think?
I didn't hate it.
That's about my feelings.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's more Bad Boys.
Yeah.
It's Will Smith.
And it was like super obviously Bad Boys.
Yes, I think that's what they're going for, right?
Yeah.
They you know, they're playing on the nostalgia again. They're just gonna do the same old tropes they used to do.
Lots of black jokes.
Lots of black jokes.
Lots
you know,
of white people trying to be black jokes.
I'm sure there's gonna be jokes, poke and fun at Martin Lawrence. He's gained a couple pounds.
A few.
He's gained he definitely does not look like the Martin Lawrence. Will Smith looks like Will Smith.
Will Smith hasn't changed.
Martin Lawrence looks like Martin Lawrence stung by bees.
Martin Lawrence looks like Martin Lawrence had a rough spot in his career and filled the void with Chick-fil-A.
Yes, but Martin Lawrence also made a whole fuck ton of money.
Yes,
gave
he did.
0 fucks.
Yeah.
And ate a whole lot of food.
Yes.
And said, you know what, I got to do a Bad Boy stuff. You know what, I'll work out. Give me a trainer. I'll lose 30 pounds, but I'm not going to lose this extra 80.
No. And he definitely has 80 that he can give.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's a small, like he's not a tall guy.
He's not a tall man.
He's not a tall guy.
No.
So, but you know, anyway, it doesn't make him any less funny.
No.
But it definitely, you're seeing
They'll get some mileage out of it.
It makes him look older too. You know what I mean?
How far into the movie do we get before there's a gag about him trying to chase somebody down and not being able to?
I think did they already not do that right in the trailer?
Wasn't it?
It might have actually been in the it might have actually been in the trailer. I'm not sure. But either way, it looks fine. I'm gonna go see it because I've seen all the other ones. It's Bad Boys.
It'll be fun.
They played on the whole Bad Boys song. They
did.
even did that right in the trailer.
They did a remix of Bad Boys plus
Bad Boys for Life. The Bad Boys for Life. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but it was that plus another song.
Bad Boys, what you wanna do?
For some reason, I thought it was remixed with some other shit, some other like Jay-Z shit.
No, I think it was the Puff Daddy one.
Was it the Puff Daddy one?
Yeah.
What do I know? I'm white.
You are.
A little bit.
You're very white.
I am very,
very white. You're very white.
But
it looked fine.
It looked good. My notes were it looked pretty great, funny, good action. It's a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
You're gonna go watch it for that
I'm
reason.
gonna go watch it, and it'll probably be a good time in the theater.
For sure. The other trailer, I don't remember if we, because my timeline is getting weird in my head as of late. But did we talk about Joker 2 trailer? Was after the last podcast, right?
I think so.
Okay, so I'm assuming you've also seen that.
Oh
one.
yeah.
Okay. Thoughts on the Joker trailer too?
I think it looks great.
I think this looks better than great. I think this shit is going to eclipse the
Heath
Dark
Ledger's.
Knight.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be two different Jokers, but I this one is a more.
They're danger close.
Yeah. The reviews are already coming out. I think the last time I checked, it was 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, and which is good. I'm hearing that this is an amazing character piece, and it's dark. It's almost too realistic. Like people were complaining that like it almost glorifies.
I saw that.
Yeah, it almost glorifies people that have mental problems, and then almost when they become serial killers and they create some sort of almost cult worshiping because sort of the bad people kind of get behind him and they almost become idolized and because it is a piece about Joker, and you're following him, and you care for him as well. So like obviously you're going to show him before, and then as he becomes the Joker, you almost start to root for this killer.
I guess.
And so there are some critics that were kind of giving it a bad rep because it's like, with the hypersensitive world we live in, and all these shootings and things that we see, you're almost, is there going to be people out in the world that are going to think, oh, I want to be like the Joker, and I want to become this masked villain, and I want to go and create and wreak havoc, because of the way the world is treating me, or I'm perceiving how the world is treating me.
There's, it's not like this is the first character that has had exactly what you were describing right now.
Yeah.
It's really topical for people, and the amount of like hyper liberal fucks that are sticking their dick in art, in their critiques, and saying, hey, this is just going to make shit worse. No, motherfucker. No, it's actually not.
No.
I didn't watch Jumanji growing up and idolized Robin Williams and go, you know what? I want that beard. Honestly, I wish I could grow that beard, but I can't. But just because you idolize or look up to somebody or relate to a character, doesn't mean
they say it's
suddenly
humanizing the.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
That's like Hitler. People were like, there's a short video clip or whatever of him with his wife, where he's like, being sweet and bantering with his wife. And people were like, there are people who would be like, we shouldn't be showing this because it's humanizing Hitler. Well, guess what, motherfucker? The people are the craziest people on this planet. They're just like you, and they're just like me. And that's the scariest part. And that's not something that you just hide. It's not like, it's nice to think that monsters are just monsters.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's not the case.
Yeah.
And the sooner you get the fuck over that, the better.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just living in a weird fucking delusional world of sunshine and rainbows. Having an art piece about this with the Joker, to have people even come out and just and lower the mood. It's one thing to talk about it and be like, oh, maybe let's say, but to lower the score,
they're like, oh, it's great.
Because
they're like,
of that
oh,
shit,
it's great, but
it's amazing, but I got to lower the score because I feel like.
And then the ones that were also kind of giving it sort of a rotten review, they were like, you know what, the movie, if you take away this aspect or you take away that aspect, then it wouldn't be as good of a movie. Well, it's like, but that's part of the movie. So there's just some people that are, they're writing reviews. They're trying to have because they know it's going to be a controversial film in the society we live in. So they're writing that piece to try and get headlines, to get clicks, to be that voice of yes, we're going to get behind what this guy's got to say or gal's going to say.
You know what I call this? This is going to be a thing that makes sense to maybe 3 people watching or listening to this right now. And if you do get this reference, bless you. I call it the Kevin Van Ord effect. Okay? You wouldn't know who Kevin Van Ord is.
No.
When Jeff Gerstmann got unceremoniously removed from GameSpot for his review of... I can't remember the name of it right now off the top of my head. It's dog shit game. Anyway, because they were sponsoring the website, so they had him removed.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
So the guy that became editor-in-chief, his name is Kevin Van Ord. Okay? And Kevin Van Ord was like fucking famous for going against the grain specifically.
For that reason.
For that exact reason. It could be a fucking masterpiece of a video game, and he'd find a way to knock it from, let's say, like a 9 to like an 8.9 just to get out of the 9s so that there was like a headline there. You'd go to Metacritic and you'd see, oh, GameSpot's giving... That doesn't quite... Why is it not matching up here? And then it was just Kevin Van Ord being Kevin Van fucking Ord. And that was all it was for like all of his reviews for years.
Yeah.
And so I call it the Kevin Van Ord effect, where it's a writer who is trying to stand out from the crowd because they know it's going to get attention, and they're not writing the review with 100% of how they actually feel.
No,
they're sprinkling in a little bit of flavor in the hopes that they get more attention.
Yeah, more clicks.
And that shit drives me.
Yeah. Well, you're not doing your job. You're not doing your job correctly, right?
You're not reviewing
You're not
anything.
reviewing anything.
If you're going to say the movie is amazing, and then it's not about the movie itself necessarily, but like some sort of weird social fucking construct thing that you're going to toss on the side.
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong industry.
Exactly.
Go somewhere else.
So that's what we're hearing. Audiences are loving it. Because they were showing it at some film expo. A lot of Oscar buzz.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Oscar buzz.
Well, you could see the trailer for it and go, "This is There's a good shot that this is going to be Oscar buzzy."
So
right?
I can't wait for it. I'm pretty excited for it now.
I am
too. Word of mouth is very, 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 very strong.
Dude, he's such a fire actor.
Oh, he's amazing. He's one of the greatest actors I've ever seen on film. Period.
Just fucking.
Joaquin Phoenix is a legend, a literal legend, and we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it again. We're gonna see it again
when
bro.
he does his laugh.
Yeah,
and his face is
deadpan,
dead, and he does the laugh. I was like, "Fuck me!"
And another critic was talking about that, where they didn't like the fact that Joaquin Phoenix went and studied and spent time with people. There's I don't want to fuck up with the thing, but he did research where he went into like mental institutions in different places where there was some kind of mental thing where I forget what it's called, some type of disorder where people were I don't want to give the wrong thing, because then somebody will be like, why do you say? Well, but basically he went and he studied a type of illness, a mental illness that groups of people were having, and then he got that laugh from what some of these people were,
like a manic laugh,
exactly, and he kind of embodied that laugh and kind of made it part of the character. And because his character is going through the same thing that those characters went through, and then there was a critic that was complaining that, like, you know, oh, you're almost mocking somebody's actual, just some, they're trying to find ways,
anything they can sensationalize.
Anything, but the movie's great, but
yeah,
there's this. The movie's great, but there's that.
Yeah,
and it's ridiculous.
The other thing, like everything about his version of Joker looks so good to me. The walk that he has is fucking Which sounds weird to say, but the walk that he has, like, and the last time I thought that was when I saw Heath Ledger's Joker, was he had the kind of the crazy, almost like a waddle kind of deal, but Phoenix's walk is like some really crazy hybrid of somebody with an enormous amount of like cocky, like confidence, and just crazy.
Yes.
But like it's subtle. It's not like a really aggressive walk.
Yeah.
But it just it's
enough.
It's
perfect. It's enough that if you saw that person, you'd be like, that guy's fucking crazy, and I'm not fucking with that guy.
I'm not going anywhere near this person.
No, fuck all of that.
Yes.
All of that right there.
No.
Just the walk alone is
it's a
big nope for me, dog.
It's a hard pass.
Yeah. So that's what it is.
He's crushing it. I'm very excited to see that movie. I think it's gonna be good. When is that technically like fully out?
I think it comes out in.
Is it 2 weeks from now or a week from now?
I thought it was in October. I thought it was
so
the
it's
first
still
week of,
so they are reviewing early.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
I think it comes out.
It's called Koro, also simply known as the laughing disease, a type of. That is a set of words I'm not going to be able to.
It's rated 9.6 right now on IMDb as well, so it's doing really well. Release date is
Bungiform encephalopathy.
October 4th.
Yeesh.
So October 4th. So
October
we're
4th,
a little less than a month away. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm excited.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty jacked for that. Other than that is literally.
Well, now that you've got a girlfriend,
all I've got there. Well, yeah,
did you go see any movies?
Oh, we're definitely gonna. Not in the last couple because she's been working pretty late, so we haven't got a chance to really go to the theater. That and there's been nothing in theater that we're interested in.
I went and saw Angel Has Fallen.
She did want to. I think she already go to that?
The Gerard Butler one.
When did that come out?
2 weeks ago, I think.
Okay, I don't
2
know.
or 3 weeks ago.
Oh no, she said she wants to see it, but she doesn't want to see it. She doesn't care about seeing it in theaters. She loves Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler's one of her favorite actors, and she's seen all the other movies in that series, but she hasn't. She said, "I'll just wait for Netflix for that one." But how was it?
So the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, this movie has got a 39.
All right, that's about what you would expect, honestly, for a Gerard Butler
the
action
audience
movie.
score 94.
Hot damn.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
It's a fun movie.
It's fun?
Dude, for what it is, bro.
It's good shit. I think all of those movies in that series are that. They're just good.
Listen, I'm saying for what it is.
Yes, for what it is.
It's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Is it a great movie? No. Is the script amazing? No. But
is it fun? Because that's what that movie is for.
It's fun.
There you go.
It's fun. And you know what? It actually makes the character, because they're playing on that getting older stuff.
Yes.
He's got some personal issues and things. It's more believable.
Mm-hmm.
It's over the top at times,
mm-hmm.
but it's the right type of over the top. It's not like Fast and Furious over the top. It's Gerard Butler doing what Gerard Butler does well.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask for. It's
You know what's crazy about Gerard Butler is I watched like, I think it's GQ or somebody does
the
interviews of
where
like
they talk about their films.
Yeah. I watched Gerard's like yesterday.
Me too.
And,
a few days ago.
Yeah, and I was just like, look, and
charismatic dude.
And you forget that before 300, which changed the direction of the movies he was getting afterwards. Before 300, you forget the movies that he did, and that he's actually a pretty fucking good actor.
Yeah, he's not a bad actor.
And then 300 came along, and it was just like,
then
now
he became
we're
commercialed.
Now we're just Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
We're Leonidas.
Exactly, Leonidas, and then they threw him in every chick flick because he was. The ladies loved him, right?
Yeah,
because he was like that. He had that look back then. It was like and then you put him in
the accent. If you wanted the accent, there
it was all there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Gerard Butler in this movie was good. I give it a 9 out of 10 for what it is. Enjoyed it a lot more than Olympus Has Fallen or whatever the last one was, and I still kind of enjoyed that movie too. Like it wasn't terrible, but it was this one was better. It might be the best one of the series.
Well, this one's closer to a character thing because it's about him specifically this time. Like all the other ones were like, we're in this city, in this situation, we're trying to get this person out.
Yes.
But now it's about his character.
Yes.
More than a situation, so to speak. So yeah.
And Nick Nolte's in it, and he.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
When's the last time I've heard that name?
He is.
He's getting up there, isn't he?
Yeah. He's getting old. Let me see here. Just give me a sec. So yeah, Nick Nolte's in it. His character is fucking amazing.
Really?
Bro. Not only is there comedy, but there's a lot of heart, and you root for. He plays his father, Gerard Butler's father.
Yeah.
He crushes. Like every scene that this guy's in is gold.
That's fire.
It's gold, and it's like and he's such a good actor. He almost takes the movie to because the movie is like a B movie, but when he's in the scene, when he's in it, you're like it's almost like it's coming into like an A-. It's like you get these hints of wow, there's acting like some real like Gerard Butler does what he does.
Yeah,
but there's no point where I'm like, God damn, Gerard Butler's given the performance of a lifetime, right? It's just Gerard Butler doing what he does.
It's an action movie. You can only do so much.
But when Nick Nolte's in it, he takes these scenes up to the point where you're going, wow, I'm actually watching something that's worth watching right now. It's like he's really fucking good in this movie. The movie doesn't suck. If you're into it, bro, and you know what? I know your girl said it's not really a theater movie. If you can get out for a date night, it's not a bad theater movie. There's a lot of big boom and action. It's not a bad time, bro.
Okay.
It's not a bad time.
Okay.
It's not something you need to run out. I'm not saying you gotta go. It's like if you only watch it at home, you're not gonna lose out.
No.
But if you got free time and it's a matinee night, and you're like, fuck it, let's go see a movie.
Then fuck it, go
see
it.
Go see it.
Go see Angel Has Fallen.
Yeah, I think and yeah.
So is this the last one? Because you see the title, you know what it's about, and my first thought was, how did they come up with it?
And it's making money.
Well, that's good.
It's making money. So I think there'll be another one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and there's an after credit scene. So.
Well, that really.
That's why I say.
Yeah, there's more.
Yeah,
there's more coming.
Yeah.
I mean, Gerard's getting up there too now.
He is getting up there. But
Did Gerard hit 50 yet?
Oh, he's got to be.
Is he in his early 50s?
He's got to be. He's got to be. I say he's probably 50s. Like 52 or something.
He's put on some weight too.
A little bit.
He's not Leonidas anymore.
No.
Although maintaining Leonidas form would be way too much work for pretty much anyone.
He's 49. There you go. He's breaking
49 years
You want to know
old.
what's crazy though? You know, if he's the type of dude that you put him on the juice and you have him work out.
Well, he'd be like a fucking what's his name, Wolverine. Why am I not thinking of his name? Right? Hugh Jackman.
Exactly. That's actually a good way.
Similar idea.
Exactly.
Except he'd be even bigger than Hugh Jackman because he's naturally already bigger than Hugh Jackman.
Yes, he's still got it, man. He put on a few pounds. You could tell he's not like on the juice and stuff for his movies.
Yeah.
But he looks like a 49-year-old man that's in good shape. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's not, you know, he's kind of like, you know, even Tom Cruise is starting to look a little older, right?
The last, when I watched,
even Tom
I was
Cruise
looking at
is starting to show his
neck
age.
is starting to get a little low.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to get a little surgery to bring that back up a little bit there.
But Gerard Butler, absolutely, you know, he's gained a couple pounds, but he looks good. You know, he does have a shirtless scene, so you know he doesn't look completely dummied. You know what I mean?
He doesn't have the dad bod.
He doesn't. No, he's not. Definitely not.
No,
he's got a dad bod that. He works. It takes care of himself. Works out where you're like, damn, Dad, you're in shape.
You're doing well.
You're doing well.
Crushing it out.
Crushing it.
I like Gerard Butler a little bit. I don't love his movies all that much. He's an actor that I feel like I'd like more if he didn't go the 300 route. Because I think he's like one of those actors. I think he's low key got more in the tank, but now he's been doing action movies for so long that it'd be like hard for him to fall back into like.
Yeah, I don't mind Gerard Butler, man.
Something more.
I like him.
You know what?
Like him.
You know what? You know what I realized though is that I need to go back and watch 300 because that movie is fucking.
Dude, it's a fire movie.
Fire.
It's a fire movie.
And that shit, you would think something so stylized it would age poorly, but it looks just as good today as it did when it came out.
It's so good.
Fucking dope ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I remember seeing that in the theater, and I've never I don't think there's been very many more times where I have felt more jacked up watching like the slow-mo action scene shit, like the one that he talked about actually in the video that we both watched, where originally it was supposed to be a stunt double doing the motions, and then he went practicing it, and he did it, and he said at the end of it he felt like a god, and that's what I felt like watching it, that shit in the theater, and when
he kicked the guy too, and he's like, "This is Sparta!"
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to scream like that.
He was supposed to like say it like very like
kind of low key.
You know, this is Sparta, and then boom, but no, he yelled it right.
Oh, and that was a good choice.
Yeah, dude.
That was a good show. What was the Snyder that was the yeah. And Snyder was like, that was fucking awesome.
That was fire.
We're putting it in.
Yes, absolutely.
Other than that, I haven't. Oh, we did watch Get Out on Netflix the other night.
Oh,
which is a movie worth talking about. You
just watched it now.
Yeah, we never. I mean, I think it just came out on Netflix not that long ago, and I never saw it in the theater. So, that's a fucking good movie, dude.
Yes,
like that's a really good movie.
Yes,
it was funny. It was funny watching it with M because she's not from North America, so a lot of like the imagery that they were using to hint at the black-white thing. Like over top until they were being like really ham-fisted about it. Then she was like, she'd easily see it. But you're from the Philippines.
Yeah.
You're not getting
being a black guy, I could tell.
Well, the moment I saw the guy's car was white, I went, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
And then everyone showed up to the party wearing black suits. I went, I know exactly where this is going.
Yeah.
And then it just cut. Everything was just it got to the point where when the guy said we're gonna go play bingo and everything, I said they're going to auction this guy off, and Em was like, "What are you talking about?" And then the camera pans down, and there's his fucking picture.
Yep.
I was like,
"There it is.
There it is."
The movie is fucking crazy. The movie is fucking crazy. It was
really well done.
It's good, man. It's better than Us. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I haven't seen that. No.
So that's his second movie. It's still good. It's a little bit too pretentious and a little artsy fartsy. A little bit.
Even this one,
a little. It hinted
close.
a bit. Yeah, but you know what? He wanted to give his own style.
Yeah.
But the Us is on another level.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. Like it's still a good movie. But Get Out is a good fucking time. It was really a fun time in the theater, and it was a good movie to be in the theater to hear other people's reactions because there are things in it that are a bit twisty, and you didn't like. Even I didn't see like. There's a few things like, oh shit. But then it makes sense while it's happening. And then there was other things where you just totally know where it's you're just like, oh yeah, you're fucked, bud.
There's some things. So the only things I would change about it, not to get too spoilery, but I mean this is the movie's been out for a while now. So instead of like what I really liked, like I saw it was so when he's getting introduced at the party to everyone, and there's the guy who's like, the golfer, he's like, how's your form? And then there's the person's like, being black is in style and everything. And it's all people who are there to basically bid on this guy for their own reasons. So, one guy wants to, get in there, had the golf form back. Even the brother was like, how good were you at, MMA, et cetera, et cetera. And when he did that, he was when I realized he was the guy that choked the dude out in the beginning of the movie, shit like that. So what I wish he didn't do was when it got to that point, they do callbacks and they replayed those scenes to like,
well, to dumb it down,
coming up for people.
But I know what you're saying.
It would have felt so much more satisfying as a viewer. I know. It almost felt insulting. Like,
to the intelligent viewer. I know.
It's like, I get it.
Yeah. But people like your girlfriend that wasn't really getting it right.
Seen that,
Then it's like, but it was shit.
It reminded me kind of like, the original Blade Runner. In the original theatrical release, they had to put out like another version that had like a voiceover that explained
nobody
everything,
was getting it.
Because nobody was
going
getting
over
it.
everybody's head. Yeah.
It was a kind of like a similar problem.
Yeah.
Although Blade Runner was way fucking weird. Blade Runner, even with voiceover, Blade Runner was fucking stupid.
Dude, I didn't like that movie, and I tried. I did. I watched it twice. I remember watched it years ago.
The original is hideously overrated.
Bro, I watched it years ago when I was like fucking 15.
Yeah.
And I was like, I saw it and I didn't really understand it. And then as an adult, before I went and saw the newer one, I said, all right, I'm gonna go back and rewatch it, bro. I was like, this is fucking dumb.
I watched it without the voiceover stuff when I watched it.
Yeah.
And it's not that I didn't get it. I got it, but it was like, why I still to this day I don't get why, even if you go back in time to when this movie came out, like, so stylistically I get it, visually ahead of its time, very, very well done in that regard, similar to a Matrix kind of thing. And the Matrix was rooted,
it is like the Matrix before the Matrix,
like they were inspired by Blade Runner. But everything else about that movie was like,
it made no sense.
I still do not understand why people are so hyped about the original Blade Runner.
Yeah, I don't know.
And to follow that up, so M watched 2049. She hadn't seen the original, not that it would have fucking made a difference anyway. Watched 2049. She was like, this movie makes
no sense.
Like, I get it, but it also just makes no sense. And I was like, you're describing Blade Runner right now.
Yes.
Is that's like the
It was a pretty
MO.
movie.
Yes.
I saw it in theater IMAX.
Just like the
it
first
was a
one.
Very pretty movie.
Very pretty movie.
Other than that, had its couple of moments of nice action. Other than that, I'm like, not for me.
And was like, it's a good thing Ryan Gosling's in this movie because it's the only reason I'm still watching. But
other than that, not too much else. I haven't been seeing no movies. I haven't had time. I haven't been in the theater.
I don't think there's been a lot coming out. Yeah, we're getting closer to the time where they're going to start to drop.
Yes,
like we're getting into that fall season.
Yes,
but we're still kind of on the tail end of the dry spell, right? So we got to wait for a little bit more. Mr. Black,
tech support.
Bless you. It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. If you get on over to patreon.com/lagtv and you want to have a chance at having some of your questions answered, and believe me, it's a good probability because there's only about usually 10 to 15 people that make use of this perk. If you're at $10 or higher on Patreon, you are going to have the ability to ask us questions each and every week.
Yep.
On a post that I put up before the podcast.
Yep.
And then we do our best to answer as many of them as we can here
that easy.
On the show. Will asks, what was the first operating system on your first PC?
Windows 3.1.
And then what is the best and worst operating systems you've used?
Windows 3.1.
Best and worst? Or just worst?
Worst. Best, Windows 7.
Okay. I'm going to say, so mine was Windows 95. Like our office computer, when we bought it, 95 was like just came out. So when we bought it was preloaded with. Although, for a personal computer, I used DOS ahead of that. Just at my buddy's place. It was just DOS. There was no, like it might have had a Windows front end, but we never used it. We just loaded because we were loading up Wolfenstein.
That's it.
And like Commander Keen.
Yeah.
And shit via DOS. Best is also probably Windows 7 Service Pack 2.
Dude,
I mean, there is a Service Pack 3, but 2 is when,
the peak.
It's peak.
Yeah, peak. That's peak Windows.
Windows 10, Windows
it's gotten
10,
better.
Windows 10 is actually really fucking amazing.
It's the updates, bro. That fuck
dude,
everything, bro.
We got the exact. I have my two computers that I run for the stream, right? The gaming PC and the streaming PC. They are almost identical. They're the same chipset, same CPU, same RAM, same fucking computer. Okay. Nothing on my streaming computer ever changes. Barely ever changes on the gaming PC, but the streaming computer never changes because all I do
is stream.
is turn
Push
it
the
on.
live button.
There's 4 programs on that computer, and 3 of them are OBS. Okay? Turn that shit on and go live. The last update that just happened like last week, both the computers got it. I went, oh, fuck, here we go. And it's a gamble every time. Gaming PC, butter. Streaming PC, it broke every web source in OBS. It broke every GIF source in OBS. And it broke it in such a way that even Windows Media Player can't play back the files properly, and that's why they won't play in OBS.
It's ridiculous,
And the only way I can fix it
is go back.
is to completely wipe the fucking operating system
Yeah.
and completely rebuild the OBS on a fresh install. And that's all I can
Suck
do.
it raw. Fuck Windows 10 updates. And yes, you're right. Windows 3.1 was booted from DOS.
Yes, it was.
And I remember it was almost like one computer. It was like a fucking monitor that had it was like a built-in computer.
Yeah, one of the all-in ones.
It was like an all-in-one type thing.
Yeah,
That was like
yeah.
the first thing I ever got. And I actually had that before I moved on your street.
Yeah. And then when you got there,
when I
you had
finally got there, we ended up getting
98?
a computer. Windows 98, yeah.
You know what? Windows 98 was also pretty fire. I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie. 98 and Windows 7 were really good. 10 is great except for the updates. Fuck Microsoft on these updates.
Oh, and 8
man.
was just
And I have Windows 10
fire.
Pro, which means I can defer these updates for like 3 months.
Yeah.
For this exact reason, just so that I can hope that the Q&A that Microsoft uses their general user base where they force these updates and then it breaks everything and then they fix
You
the
can
updates.
hold off for a while until you get a fix, and then you can
I
update.
push it for 3 fucking months with Windows 10 Pro, and I still get shafted. Shit's crazy. And the worst for me, I only had it briefly on not my PCs, but my parents' PCs. Windows 8 is a travesty.
They try to pretend like Windows 8 never even happened.
And they should continue.
They should do that.
To do that, yeah. That's
awful.
That was really bad.
Awful.
All around. Trying to do tablet on a
Trying to do
mouse.
anything. It's a whole lot of no.
Why? Seth asks, have you been to Maine? Yes, both of us. We got lost there.
Yep.
Or not
I've been to
lost,
Maine a few times.
But we got stuck there on the way back from MOG Anaheim. We were in Bangor.
Bangor, Maine.
The international airport. I'm going to put international and airport in quotations because it was the size of this house.
They could fit 3 planes tops.
And they weren't even full-size planes. They
Oh,
were like
hell no.
they were like biplanes.
They're the ones that have propellers.
Yes. Yeah.
Where you literally feel like you
There's
might
about
die
12 people
at any point.
on that plane.
The back row looks like a bus. They just have seats.
Yeah, that
that
was
just
it.
go like that. It's like 6 seats
Just
in the
straight
back
across.
fucking row. And you're sitting there, you're strapped in, you're praying to
Turbulence
God.
is fucking rough.
Oh, it's just horrible.
The whole
Fuck
time.
all those planes. I hate those planes.
It was bad.
Hate those planes.
Real bad. Aliens, what the fuck is this question? 8, 9, 10 asks. Aliens land in Halifax and ask for one human to board their ship and be the ambassador of Earth. Between Adam and Jeff, who's going? I'm sending your ass on that fucking...
I'd probably go.
I'm sending your ass.
I'd probably go. I'd say, you know what? Fuck it.
I'm watching you take off in that fucking spaceship, bro.
Yeah, I'd probably go too.
Straight up.
I'd be the type of guy to be like, listen, I got this.
I salute you on the way out.
Yeah.
Straight up. Shady Fridge asks, last thing that you overate that you completely regretted eating, which is like anything you overeat with, really, if you
Yeah.
think about it. But what's the last thing you overate with?
The last thing I overate was probably sushi.
It's easy to overeat.
I
on
had sushi today, but I didn't overeat.
Attaboy.
I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I had sushi, and I was so fucking hungry. And it was like I was starving, so I kind of...
Are you eating too fast?
Yeah, I was shoveling. Like, I already eat fast, but this was like next level shovel. And I ordered more than I normally order. So, like, I ordered my regular amounts, which normally fills me up.
Quite a bit.
I eat all of it, and then I'm like, the girl comes around, would you like more? I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'll get 2 more rolls. So I got 2 more rolls, and I ate them, and they came quick.
6-piece rolls?
Yeah, so 12 more pieces. And I fucking... I
Yikes.
huffed it down. I even had 2 miso soup that day. I just said I was going all out.
Bruh.
And I felt fine.
because your brain hadn't registered you were full yet.
Exactly. Dude, I was driving halfway home, and I had gotten a coffee from Tim Hortons, and I grabbed the chocolate glazed donut.
What are you doing?
I know, bro.
Stop!
I got halfway through my donut, and it hit me. And I said, I ate too much. I put that down, bro. I couldn't even sip my coffee anymore. I was so fucking, bro. I went home, and I was, like, in a fetal position on the bed until I fell asleep. And then I woke up, like, an hour later with the sweats, and I'm like, fuck, I needed a shit, but I couldn't shit. It was terrible. So it took, like, 5-6 hours. I didn't eat for, like, 36 hours, bro.
Day,
no,
yeah.
I didn't eat till, like, supper the next day. Like, I was so fucking full. I ate so much food.
I hate that feeling, dude, when you've eaten too much.
It was terrible.
And you know your stomach's empty.
Yes.
But it still feels like it's full,
Yes.
and if you try to eat, you're going to project a vomit.
Yes, that's where I was at that place where you just don't want to throw up.
Yeah.
And you're trying hard not to throw up, and I just ate so much.
I hate
so I basically
that.
had to wait for my food to digest, and then I just had a log, man. Like,
fuck.
it was bad. So
I did just recently finally managed to get M. We went to Minato. And she get to experience Minato for the first time. It's
good.
And she was like, what have my friends and I been eating in this city for years? And I said, dog shit. He's going to like Sushi
You're
Jet.
having flavor.
And
Stay
ain't
away
it, bro.
Stay away from Jet.
Wasabi House, otherwise known as Rice House.
No, that's what it is. You get rice.
You get rice with like they took like, you know the things they shave prosciutto with? They take the fish and they just shave like
shaved salmon.
shaved salmon, and they put that on top of like a cup of rice, and they're like, "Here's your nigiri,"
And
thanks,
they're like,
bro.
oh, and everybody gets a free
Dragon roll or whatever.
and
Yeah.
they give you the roll, but it's just rice. It's like, here's your free scoop of
It's
rice.
rice with that mayo
Yeah.
fucking shit all over it. And you're
Jesus
like, where the fuck am I at right now? Stop the madness. So the last thing I overate was Thai food. I went to Thai Express, and I wasn't starving, but I hadn't eaten breakfast, so I was like, I really need to get some calories in. And I get like one of two things. I either get chicken pad Thai with extra chicken, extra bean sprouts, make it spicy. Or I get a lemongrass beef bowl with extra beef. Which is basically like putting a 16-ounce steak inside of a bowl and just cover it in vegetables.
Yes,
This is
please.
essentially how that goes.
Yes, please.
And I got that, and I sat down, and it was the first thing I ate that day. And it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I ate the entire bowl, and it's literally, I mean, I swear to God, dude, the bowl it's like 3-4 pounds of food.
Yeah.
My stomach was not ready for that. And I crushed it, and just like you,
Yeah.
I ate too fast.
Yeah.
And
Just regret it, bro. You just-
before my brain knew that I was full. And I left, and I
It's
was,
too late.
instead of coffee, it was the apple juice I got there. And I'm drinking, I got it halfway through, and I went, the apple juice touched my lips, and I went, I was like, oh no. And then it hit me, and it was just a knot in my stomach. It felt like I was going to get like doubled over, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And just like you, I didn't eat until dinner the next fucking day.
Yeah, it's like, fuck that, bro.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Instant
We all
regret.
do. We all do it. We all
Instant
do it.
fucking regret.
We all do it.
Let's see. Josh says, so I did what you guys told us to do many months ago. I went back 8 years and liked every single video
Jesus
on the Lag TV channel.
You wasted your time, man.
And what should I do next? Also remind me how to get swag. I know I qualified. I promised to write it down this time. All right, so you're a maniac for doing that, but bless your soul.
Bless your goddamn soul, sir.
The thing to do is if you've hit the mark, because it's all described on the Patreon page, you just send us a message on Patreon with your name, your address, full name,
and phone number,
and full phone number, including area code or whatever else. Excuse me, and you want to send that message, and then I will add it to we have a running document of that, and then we'll get you your stuff. And then as for what you should do next, I'm gonna say nothing, because if you were crazy enough to do 8 years of every single video, you've already done it.
Yeah, that's it. You can retire now.
You can retire
now. That's it.
Sleep on it for a bit.
Jesus, that's like 2,000 plus videos.
It's a few.
That's a lot of videos.
Mark asks, thoughts on jewelry for men. Do you like to wear rings or necklaces, have piercings? Well, Jeff has piercings and stuff and wears some rings and shit. But yeah, thoughts on jewelry for men?
It's fine. As long as it's tastefully done. I mean, everybody has their own style.
Exactly, yeah.
I wear jewelry, but I only wear it on special occasions or if I'm doing something very specific.
Yeah. You're dressing up.
Yeah. I have jewelry, and sometimes I want to feel extra cute. so
That's
I put
right.
it on. Or
Feel
sometimes
cute,
I want
might
to
delete
floss a
later.
little bit. I put it on.
That's right.
But
Sometimes I want to floss a little bit, and I just get out the dental floss and I floss a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Clean
It's
teeth.
nothing wrong with that. But for me, I rarely wear jewelry. Like I don't wear it while I stream. I want to be comfortable. Like
The watch on my wrist right now is the most jewelry. It's not even really jewelry. It's the most of that.
It's jewelry, but yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
I do have like eventually in the future, if I ever put on enough weight or have the ring resized, I have my grandfather's bloodstone ring that I'll probably wear. That would be about as far as it goes, and even that, probably pushing it.
Yeah, I got my wedding. Well, this isn't my wedding ring because I lost it.
Yeah, that's
months ago
to the Aether.
in my own house. So we're hoping that when we move, we're gonna find it on a floor or somewhere hidden. But yeah, I just wear a ring that I have on my wedding finger now, and that's it. Right now, I'm actually wearing my Versa, but that's it. And I have a
couple of piercings.
This has been here for
That's a long time.
time. I've never taken it out. It's never been out since it's put in, ever.
That's impressive.
Yeah, like I'll clean.
Have you ever actually almost
around
get it caught on some shit?
No, not really.
No.
I remember there was one thing in particular where I almost had to take it out because they were doing like X-rays and things like that. But they managed.
Of course, yeah.
Since they weren't doing my head, they said it was fine. Same with like the dentist. When I was getting the molds and stuff, they wanted me to take that out, but I told them I couldn't, and they said okay, that's fine. But other than that, I never had to take it out.
No, there you go.
When I take it out, I'm just gonna take it out. Like it's over. But I forget it's even there.
Let's see. Shady again with another question saying, are you going to have an IRL stream while at TwitchCon for the plebeians that can't afford to go?
No.
I'm going to TwitchCon to do two things. See as many people as I can that I haven't seen in 5 years. Meet up with some of the fans that still exist, and bless your hearts if you're still there. And then not die. Those are the three goals of TwitchCon.
Yes.
In that order.
Yes.
Actually, the not die is probably number one.
That's number one.
And then the other two in any particular order.
Yes. That's pretty much it.
No, we are not streaming shit.
No, I've been streaming every single day for 130 days straight. This will be sort of my vacation, and I'll still network and do what I need to do while I'm there. But other than that, I'm going to try not to die.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to have some fun.
That's right.
And not think about trying not to die. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing the entire time.
Good luck with two of those three things. Stani asks, do you know how much you managed to raise in the last World Vision event? Also, will we see the second set of casts you did? I was just thinking about that. We still have to post the second set of casts.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Those have to go up.
I'll upload those tonight.
I missed some of them and when it was being streamed. So, as far as how much we raised, do we know the grand total on that last one?
It was...
did we hit 20?
I think I have to ask because I actually didn't know the final number because they were doing. I know I got all the information from them from the other streamers and they were pulling it together. I want to say we broke 20K though.
There you go.
Yeah, it might have been 21.
Okay,
I'd have to double check, but I know on the super low end it was 18. But I'm pretty sure that with the YouTube stuff, people that were donating and stuff, that we broke over 20. Yeah,
which means at this point, I mean, our grand total for World Vision's got to be. We've done 3 events at this point, right?
3, correct.
So we've got to be, and I think every one of those we've hit.
I think the first one we did 10.
Okay.
Then the next one we had done like 4. No, I think
we did 20 in the second.
Okay,
one.
I think the first one we did 14, and then the next one we did
like 20,
and then this one was probably another 20.
So we're pushing 60 grand.
We're over 50 for sure.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. .jpg.
Not bad. .jpg. Yeah. Jeff, that's all I got, bro.
Boom.
That's the show.
Well, I want to give a big thank you, everybody. Shout-outs to NordVPN. We got a sponsor now. We got to plug them.
NordVPN. Check them out.
Promo code OTT. Link will be in the description of this video on YouTube. And all the clip videos, we'll have them in there as well. You click that link, promo code OTT, when you go to the checkout, and that's it. Thank you so much, guys. We will see you all next Thursday.
That's right. And then after that, it's a toss-up.
We'll figure it out.
It's a toss-up.
It'll be a toss-up. We'll try and make something happen.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching another Technical Alpha podcast. We'll see you next week. Peace.